Last time on And Other Horizons, we got stuck. Twice. But managed to explore Montenegro off-road and on the trails. Making friends and questionable life choices. This time, we're exploring Montenegro's northern national parks. First Biogradska, then on to Durmitor. That's right, we'd been missing the trails, so we made our way back onto the rough stuff. In the high mountains of the Biogradska National Park, lush green forests cascade down steep slopes as you drive through verdant meadows. Meadows that stretch out like faded emerald carpets, wildflowers adding splashes of colour here and there. We were alone. As we'd ventured up to the high mountains, we hadn't seen another soul. Not a hiker, a local, or a fellow off-roader. These tracks, they were just for us. And we happily soaked in our exclusive mountain views at every opportunity. Before finding a place to call our garden for the night, this would do nicely. And it was a perfect spot for a tournament of Tawla. The gains came thick and fast, much like the wind.
Hello. What happened last? There's a few changes.
It was not my day. I lost. Badly. But win or lose, with a sunset like this, and our morning coffee with this view, it wasn't hard to forget the way the dice had fallen on our tournament. Our morning coffee, it came with a revelation too.
Way to go. That's true.
Yeah, it was very windy. We ended up cooking indoors. I think it was the second time we did that. I don't know. It was really windy. But very, very nice this morning.
It's a beautiful day.
We made our way down the trail to a small mountain village called Dolobi, where Mon made this old man walk all the way up to open the gate, only to open it herself. In town there was a tiny hotel. On our next visit, we have to stay here. But we were heading down to Biogradska Lake.
You know it's gonna be a fun trail when you have this amount of hairpins back to back.
That was a lot of hairpins. I find it really hard, the hairpins. Can't do it in one. A lot of times I don't know if that's me or Sully. But yeah, that was 12, 13 back to back. Good practice. There were so many slow hairpins, one gave up. She just walked. After a small bite for breakfast, we were heading round the lake. It was a beautiful hike through ancient forest, but the level was so low due to the season and so little rain, the lake bed was dry in places.
Taking a shortcut?
Yep. There was just a small stream to cross. No problem.
I'm not kidding! I got stuck.
What?
I got properly stuck. It's so heavy, so full of mud. Can you at least give me a hand? Would you give me a hand?
I'm busy.
Is you recording me? Oh, now it's clear.
From one national park to another, we were heading north and up canyon to Durmitor National Park and the Tawla River, and this famous bridge that spans the canyon. spent a few nights chilling under the bridge, with Mon making new friends. And finally revealing her obsession with Sully. Then it was back down to the river, onto this boat, for the rapids. Well, actually for the very tranquil experience of rafting along the Tawla. It was lovely, although not what we expected. We did hit some rapids. Mon got scared, and we passed under that famous bridge before taking the plunge. And then butchering the local music with our great guide Ivan.
That's beautiful. Not the playing, that.
That was just as bad.
So we resorted to drinking.
How do you toast in Montenegro? Živeli.
Durmitor, Sully approved.
Tawla.
We meandered further into the national park and to another lake, the Black Lake. Mom was lucky enough to have a top guide.
Called Black Lake.
Apparently because it looks black.
Is it?
Yeah, in the lake or something.
I'm sorry. It's either I got my chin or I got your head. That was very good seating. It's the backstage. Let's see how good that picture was.
As we came to the end of the hike, this little challenge presented itself. I tried, whilst Mon heckled from the sidelines. I think she may have spoken a bit too soon.
It is very hard.
Enough of this two-footed nonsense. Let's get back on the track. But there was a change this time. I wasn't in the driving seat. No, I'm kidding. It was Mon's first time off-road. She did great. It was so awesome to see the smile on her face as we rattled through Durmitor. The day was coming to an end. It was time to find a camp spot. We saw this hill right in the middle of the valley. We knew that was our spot, but it took a few attempts to get our boy up to the top. But it was worth it.
Driving off the road just feels like, you know, when you're a kid and you picture like that driving is like this and you play like this. That's exactly how it feels. I love it.
It was the perfect spot for dinner. And for calling it a night. in this incredible national park.
I also really don't want to do this, but it's soaking wet.
Very early morning. We just disturbed out of our high campsite on the top of a mountain by a thunderstorm. And the thought of staying on the top of that little mountain with our pop-top metal roof was not good. So we packed that in the middle of the night through the rain and come down to the lowest point in the valley. But unfortunately, whilst we checked most things, we forgot about our table and chairs, which we'd put under the vehicle, and they are now crushed. So, not good, but we'll deal with that when it's daylight. It was an unexpected way to call time on our off-road drive. We wouldn't change it. Well, apart from remembering to move the chairs next time. But watch out, off-roaders. The next track you travel on, you might find this lady travelling the other way.
Yeah, these mountains are amazing.
All mountains are amazing, but these are particularly.
This was our next spot, a dried up lake bed, nestled in a valley on the edge of the park. A perfect campfire evening ensued. Driving around Durmitor is nothing short of magical. Around every corner there is a new peak, the better's the last. So we drove, until we decided to call this peak, Prutas Peak, our backyard for the night. Morning scenes of Durmitor that will stick with me. This one, a girl chasing her horse back to the house. Then we were off, chasing a peak, Prutas Peak.
We came all the way. Sully is there, that dark dot.
We're almost there.
Almost climbing.
It was a steep climb, but it was worth it. If you too hear the call of the wild, on 2 feet or 4 wheels, please subscribe, and we'll try to share some inspiration as we overland. What goes up must come down, and it's a great excuse to see another Durmitor Valley. And like that, our hike was over. Our last stop in Durmitor was perhaps its most famous, the saddle, and we persisted to find the most epic camp spot we could for our last night, and enjoy a gift from Sully's previous owner.
One of my favorite aspects of driving a Defender is the acknowledgement that you give and receive whenever you pass a fellow Land Rover driver. That's so true. It's really cute.
Oh, and finally get a haircut.
Got a haircut? For free? For free? I'll have to pay for it somewhere.
Durmitor, Montenegro, you've captured our hearts. We left camp that morning with the intention of one more hike. The weather was turning. It was a tad windy, it was cold, it was wet, and getting wetter.
We have just decided that we are leaving Montenegro, so we are heading to Kosovo.
We drove through the rain, but unexpected roadworks and closures forced us to camp one more night in Montenegro.
Parked just under this apple tree. Very, very tiny apples. Look at the size of my shoes. And the smell is amazing because we kind of just crushed so many of them.
We camped, it poured.
It's very, very, very rainy.